Here we go then. Gndoan sí, Gndoan
Fichado.
That's what I said.
No, I don't think so, Dan.
Definitely. And I don't know what the top right one says. I don't even know what language that is.
French, no?
Luis Garcia is with us to reflect on the transfer. Luis, where does he fit in? Does he just come in? Well, who's that midfield now for Barca?
Well, actually, he can fit in different places. We've seen him play all around in midfield for Manchester City and also doing very well in every single position. Of course, as a holding midfielder, he can play, but I guess that Frankie de Jong is going to be the one in charge of that position. We'll see if Barcelona is going to try to sign someone else to help Frankie de Jong. We know that he doesn't kind of stick in that position, likes to go forward, but perfectly, as we can see on the graphic, Gndoan, the left side, I think is where Barcelona can have the best of him. Very needed. He's a player who can add goals to this team. Lewandowski was the only player who got double figures last year. And no Gavi, no Dembele, no Rafinha, no Ferran Torres, no Pedri. Goals is what Barcelona needs from the midfield going forward. And Gndoan showed in the past 3 years at Manchester City that he can provide that. So I think that Xavi is a player who was demanding. I think it was Bernardo Silva, another player who he liked very much, but I don't think that Manchester City is going to allow him to move right now when Gndoan has made the move. So I expect very good things for Barcelona, and Xavi, of course, is going to be with open arms waiting for Gndoan. For that, he can assist, he can score, he can keep the ball. That's what Xavi likes when he's on the build-up position.
Makes sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm shocked he's left Man City, but the fact is that he was playing for the best team on the planet, so Barcelona should be very thankful that the situation turned out in their favour, big time.
What about the fact now you've got Pedri and Gavi with 1 year's more experience, Gundogan coming in having just won the treble with Manchester City. Is this Barcelona side in contention for the Champions League?
They're going to get out of the group, Dan. That's what I'll tell you.
Okay. That's better than last time.
Yes, that is a step forward. But I think what you find in Gndoan coming to Barcelona is that it's a similar profile to Frankie de Jong. And so while I don't think Frankie de Jong is going to play just as a holding midfielder, I think they can share that responsibility. Sometimes Frankie de Jong joins in the attack, sometimes Gndoan joins in the attack. It gives flexibility to Pedri and as to what position he takes. And you know that Gavi is not really a left-sided player. He's going to tuck inside as well, and he's going to provide some activity down the left. And so you're looking at a myriad of options for Barcelona that perhaps you didn't quite have before. Now, the point that Luis makes that I think is absolutely correct is productivity coming out of the midfield. You certainly were not going to get that from Busquets. It's not what he does. It's not what he has ever done. So Gndoan, in that sense, gives you something more, gives you something different. A presence inside the 18-yard box that perhaps you're not getting nearly as much from Gavi or Pedri. And so maybe Gndoan takes on that responsibility. In order for Pedri to take his game to a different level, he's got to add goals, he's got to add assists with consistency, and he's got to stay healthy. Until he proves that he can do that, then a guy like Gndoan can certainly do that job.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.